3 pumps at the water plant and a generator.
But Melody's working on the sewer.
No,
Which generator are you working on?
I have it here.
See, the
it's
generator.
the water system.
But he's working on pumps and she's working on generators. That's
We're
the
doing
difference.
backup generators too. They
See-
did backup.
see, that's
generators.
that's two
Maybe
different
we're
things.
No,
planning-
no, no, it's
we could-
part of their
we could
project.
work together. You see, you're looking at,
See,
maybe
that's,
we can get
It's not
AG3
the same.
together, but I think we were saying backup generators, but then you'd have a generator and a backup generator in some other areas. So I'm not sure. I think that's an engineering discussion we need to have and get around table together and let us all get together in one room and look at the project and see if they're duplicated and where they're coming together, how to the best step forward, I guess I would say. We need to look at that. The GLO process is really a long process to go through. We're right at the end of it, so I take the sooner the better.
Right, and I'm just guessing here. I think at some point, they started the process with y'all and they realized it was gonna take longer. And because the city right now is running on one pump that provides water to the community, I think they felt like, well, we can use this ARPA funds and we can rush it because we don't have to kind of go through some of the environmental things that they would be required to do. And this is just me, just looking at the information that I've looked at to this point. So they decided to kind of move forward and allocate those ARPA funds to try to move the process. But then as I came in and I start reading, I'm like, and then I start meeting with Homer and talking to him, I'm like, well, this to me looks like the exact same projects.
You
So,
don't have to do the environmental, but it is suggested, so
Right.
I would highly recommend you do look at the environmental and not move forward until that is complete.
right,
This is a recommendation because whenever they suggest something, they generally come back and say, oh yeah, you were supposed to do that. So I just
Right.
wanna, let you know, to do a little assessment would not hurt. And so just to cover
so we start another project. It's gonna be square one again, right?
square one.
Square, like, if we don't do the generator, we gotta go back to square one,
If
right?
they've done work on this and there's work already done with that,
Yeah.
I think we need to get the two engineers together
Yes.
and let's work together. Let's not, if there's been payment or we don't want to
Yeah.
duplicate work. We
Yeah.
don't want to waste money. So if we can salvage any portion of this, I say that's what we should try and do.
Okay.
And we can get AG3 and you guys, would you be willing to work with AG3 and myself on the project?
I know, yeah, because we're already in the process where we already submitted TC2, so we're gonna get it
Yeah, so.
by the end of
this month.
by the end of this month and be able to go out to bids.
Hector, your program involves GrantWorks, am I correct?
Yes.
You see, so GrantWorks is already.
Yeah, done all the
they've
paperwork.
Done all the.
All the
And some of
legwork,
these
so-
fees have already been.
So
Yes.
we're at the point where we just.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Bid it out.
That's what Kevin said, we could,
It's hard for us to do away with that program.
Because then if you change it, then we're gonna have to go back and do it.
Yeah.
So
It could take longer.
like you said,
But,
You're gonna
but
tie
then
it
it's for us to reallocate this, it's gonna be tough to happen. So we should not have got the same projects. We should
Right.
not have been working on the same projects because for us to reallocate that's a whole nother process. They're in the middle of writing contracts and that's
Right.
gonna hold up all of the county's money for a lot longer. And we have a very short time limit to get these done. So that's gonna be, we really need to just try and work together and come up with a solution at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna get us all in a room, we can sit down and say, this is what we said in our project, this is what we're doing in our project, and maybe just give you the most robust water system you've ever seen here.
hey, so we need.
But, and then if there's some shortfalls, and I review the application, I see there's a way we reallocate that to the wastewater system or some other needs.
Yeah.
But we just really need to look at all the paperwork and get together and work on this. I don't think it's something we can come up with right now. I think
No, no.
a few hours of us, our head against the wall and find the right solution to where you guys can get the most benefit.
Right.
Because I would hate for you to lose any one of these opportunities because I know you need it.
Right, and that's kind of why I wanted both of y'all here, because from what I've seen, it looked like it was duplicate, and just like you said, it felt to me like the project with y'all, they felt it was going to take too long, so they wanted to move forward, and then they went ahead and designated the ARPA funds to try to do. But then like I said, as I got a little bit more educated by talking to Homer, I'm like, well, if we're going to lose these funds, this money from the county to get these projects done, what's the best way? And that's why I wanted both of you all here so we could see what is the best way that maybe we can salvage this.
And yes, I think we're gonna have to get our own together and work together And that's something that we can,
I would think that that's what do the pumps on the ARPA. 'cause
Right.
You only have one pump running right now.
Right.
And then the GLO is gonna take a lot.
it
They're
would,
gonna take your,
no, I don't think it's gonna be that long because this money has to be spent. It was, everybody says, oh, you can get an extension on this funding source. You can't get really that many extensions because it was released and then it's been held onto. So we're gonna have to get that money spent pretty fast. These have to be shovel-ready projects, ready to go and move. And that's what we were working on when we started. It was a shovel-ready project.
Cause you started last year, because remember, you started last year.
So we started last year
Yeah.
on this and
Yeah.
we're right at the end of the road.
Right.
They've already given checks to other
Right.
cities in the county and they're issuing those contracts already. We just sent in our last RFI. So we're anticipating getting our award in the next month or two, really. And so this could hold up the whole process for the county and that could,
Yeah.
so we really need to work on the best solution. That's not gonna hold, something there where we can all work together is what I'd like to see. I don't know if we can do it, but I know we can try.
Well, I think that we'll try to schedule something where we can come together.
And yes,
Both.
I'd like the city to be involved and make sure, I can get AG3 and we have a grant administrator too. If you guys get grant works and Dora, let's all get in a room. Let's all get in a room and see the best solution we can work out. I know with some great minds, we can come up with something.
Yeah, because I don't want to hold up, especially some of the other funds for some of the other projects that are going on because of this, I guess, oversight on our end. Because we've been in the news enough. We don't need to be on the news anymore.
County's
So.
more willing to work with you. We want to see this money benefit the areas, and that was my walking orders that I got, and that's what we've been working towards. So let's do that, and if we can give you some meeting times together, and I can get the other parties involved as well.
Hector?
Monies from Harvey's?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
already-
because when it was Harvey, that's when we all met, and then we came up with generators
so
and
this is the
backup
wild, right? This
generators.
is not the bid mod, right?
Oh, no,
I was thinking of it, but-
this is the mod money.
Yeah.
This is because we got started last year when we did some project scoping.
Yeah.
The county started a project scoping committee where we invited all the other cities in the county to come together. We had the drainage district and a lot of the money came together and we looked at the projects that were most needed in the county. There was a lot of drainage projects, but then with the city of Odom, they came and they said this wastewater was the biggest threat. So that's one.
Water.
Biggest priority, water, yes, the water. That was their biggest priority project, and that's what we moved forward with, because we let these cities call their own needs, because
That's what she's talking about.
we don't know the cities as well as they know themselves. So we allowed that to happen.
So Hector, I mean, are you guys available? I mean, what I'll do is I'll get you guys the information. Share if you can share the information with each other, so y'all can maybe add them to the group email that we do, and set up a time where we can meet, because we need to salvage this sooner than later. And I know that they've already got plans at TCQ. We've been trying to rush those plans at TCQ, but then I read all this other information. I'm like, hold on.
Mhm.
If this starts to go out for RFQs pretty soon, how's that going to affect, what we have waiting with the county? And I felt like it would be best for you guys out at this meeting to kind of see how that's going to affect things.
Yes, and I'm like, next week, if y'all can get some dates together, I can get some dates to the team over there, and we can get some work
Okay,
out.
can
And
you,
sooner, by next week, I'd like to see if we can get in a room and meet.
Hector, can you work with them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sooner the better, yeah, 'cause we're already
yeah,
gonna get
okay.
And just for clarity's sake, you indicated some cities had already started to receive disbursements. Does that mean there's been partial approval of the 21
Hmm.
million?
The city of Gregory has received their allocation. They received that last Friday at COG. I also know Mathis received theirs as well. They're coming down and doing the presentation. So yes, the money is getting distributed all throughout the.
But
Harvey.
ultimately, nothing will ever be distributed to Odom. It's going to be administered by
It
the
will go
county.
direct- It will go to the county and it will be administered at the county. There will be no exchange of funds. What we will do is complete the project that we said we complete. But, we are working with the city. You guys still have, it's in your area. We still have the oversight. We're still working with you as project managers as we're moving forward, and that's how we set it up. But the monies will not exchange. we will pay the vendors and then request our reimbursement from the GLO.
And the point that because of the elephant in the room, Odom will not receive the monies directly because of its lack of audits, et cetera, over the last however long. The county did a great service for the community in stepping up to be the administrator for what was allocated for use within the community, but the community is not the responsible party.
Right. All right, well, if you guys could just get together and just share information
And
and,
meeting, who would you like us to, who from the city would be attending that meeting as well? Because we'd like to have some representation.
well, myself for sure.
Okay.
And then the mayor pro tem would need to be included in there. And
I'm sure once a week.
and then we'll probably have another council member also involved. We'll kind of decide, I'd like to have at least 2 council members involved like that. If one can't be there, maybe the other one can be there, because it's going to be a big project and it's not going to be a 1 or 2 year project for me. It seems like it may be a 2 to 3 year project. So the more people that we have involved,
And the more we can work together, we have some big projects in the county, drainage projects and other stuff. There's other funding sources. And, I think it's great that we get a good team together. We do the best we can to keep working together, because in the future, there may be some other programs that we can team up on and work together as well. So I'm excited about that. And I will send out an email tomorrow to everybody with contact information, and I will try to get some dates from the vendors to provide to where we can get a date for next week.
okay.
All right. Thank you.
All
guys.
right.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hector.
Hey, thank you.
And so that's an overview of 2 of the hottest capital projects that you have going on. And the distinction that I was trying to make earlier with regards to the city's annual operating budget. Capital project planning is typically like a 5-year rolling process, because it takes 2 or 3 years to get your engineers to be able to give you a scope as to how much a project is going to cost, as an example. And so as that capital improvement planning process takes place, things that are in the works become massaged and are worked by folks and the consultants and the engineers and the input from council and so on and so forth. And whatever would be happening in the next 12 months from that capital improvement plan would get added and rolled into your annual budget. Typically, what's rolled in for capital purposes does not lapse at the end of your fiscal year and continues on until the project is completed. But we have located some listings of other capital projects for the city. There were some 19 items, and from what I can see, this listing of 19 items was part of what made up the listing used by the county. It was also part of what was being used by Adura. But there are still other items. And something that's not on this listing, which has been identified this week, has to do with the fact that in visiting with your utility billing clerk, you've got 159 water meters for customers that are what's referred to as dead meters. They don't work. So she is estimating on some basis what those bills are. If it's $400 to replace a meter, you need $64,000 just to replace the 159 that are dead. Of the 1,200 meters that you have, it appears most of them were installed in 2009. On a system-wide basis, that's probably a $300,000 to $400,000 project.
And we did get a grant for that. I mean, we did do a.
Yeah, it was a grant
Grant for that, so, yeah.
for all meters.
All meters, yeah.
Neptune.
And so that's a grant coming.
Spade
Or
already.
the last time?
The last time.
The last time, okay.
Yeah.
It's gone.
So let's go ahead and we're going to move on to discussion action to be considered. Item 3. Do we have all the minutes?
You have September 5th, I believe.
Do y'all have a copy of September 5th meeting?
September 5th, I got it right.
We do.
All of it.
Oh, I already read these. Here you go. You can. So I think we're going to have to table the September 9th, 12th, and 19th. The only ones that we have right now is the September 5th.
Make a motion, we approve the September 5th, 2023 regular meeting.
Second.
Motion by
Isaac.
Alderman Falcone, second by
Isaac.
Alderman Dominguez.
And I guess I can put to table A, B, C, D.
Yes, and we'll table, motion to table B, C, and D by Councilman Falcone.
Just add it to the,
Okay, second by Councilman Candela. Item B, discuss, consider, and take action. Oh, I'm sorry. Vote.
Vote A and A first.
We're voting for 2 of them.
Yes, we're voting for A first. Motion to approve. Item 1, 3, 4,
Yes.
5. Okay, motion's passed. For the second motion to table, items B, C, and D, place 1, place 2, place 3,
Yes.
place 4, passed. So next item up is discuss and consider take action to approve the street closure for Halloween parade, Halloween in the park. There's no parade, just the park, Halloween in the park. So because of the construction, we're gonna not be able to use one side of the park for the trunk or treat. So we were thinking that maybe we close Humphreys right there in front of the fire department, and we can use both sides of the street. So that kind of make up for the street that's on side that's under construction. So do I hear a motion to?
Motion to approve the closure of the street for Halloween.
Motion's made by Councilman Dominguez, second by Councilman Candela. Any discussion? Okay, we're gonna vote. Place 1,
Yes.
place 2, place 3,
Yes.
place 4.
A discussion real quick.
Okay,
Do we gotta have any signatures? I think
no, because
signatures,
it's on a weekend.
but like businesses and stuff like that.
We're not blocking just the one business, but it's on a weekend. I think they're closed on Sunday evening.
We usually don't get signatures when it comes to a city event.
Okay, so we're good.
We're good.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, I'm good.
Place 4,
Yes.
place 5. Motion passed.
Mayor, what day is that on?
October 29th, Sunday.
Put it on there.
Item C, discuss, consider, and take action to approve the AEP franchise agreement. This is a 15-year-old renewal of the existing agreement, which expires at the end of September. The city will be compensated on a monthly basis for AEP's use of streets, roads, alleys, etc., for transition lines, etc., at approximately $3,000 a month, which is around $75,000 per year. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the AEP franchise agreement.
I second.
Motion by Councilman Falcone, second by Councilman Huerta. Any discussion?
You're on, Patrick.
All right.
I just, this is an agreement that we have with all of our cities, over 370 in the state of Texas, 93 counties. We do use your right of ways and your streets and stuff. So this is an agreement that we renew with all of our cities. So we appreciate y'all's partnership with the electric utility company. And I'm here to assist in any way at any point in time if y'all have additional questions on street lighting opportunities or things that come up as y'all progress, with your meetings in the future. Don't hesitate to call me. I think Jesse's got my number. Mr. Bain has my number. So anything we can do to help out, we appreciate it.
Patrick, you do the street lights, right? All these street lights, and we just call is there a number we call on
That is
You got
correct.
You got that number?
That is correct. Any streetlights that are out, they are reported to us, and we will repair them. There's actually an ADT.com, there's an online opportunity to do that too. There should be a 6-digit number on the streetlights, and if you can identify that location with that 6-digit number and put it on that request, it really helps the service personnel make sure he's at the right location, because sometimes them lights are on an awkward intersection, or there's not really a good address, right, depending on where they're at. So if you can identify that 6-digit number, that would help out. If you want me to come visit with you and we could go through that a little bit more, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'll be more than happy to come by.
The reason I'm saying that is Halloween's coming up, and there's gonna be all these lights.
I would send, what we used to do is we used to send one of the guys out at night,
Yes,
just to go check them out. Give it to her.
Yeah.
that's, a lot of communities, it's self-patrol, so we'll fix them when they're reported. And Public Works, some law enforcement do it in different communities depending on how they have it structured. So yeah, if we get the information, we'll get you fixed up.
A lot of the residents will call too.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
So, we have a motion by Councilman Falcon, a second by Councilman Huerta to approve the AEP franchise agreement. If there isn't any more discussion, we're going to go ahead and vote. Place 1?
Yes.
Place 3?
Yes.
Place 4?
Yes.
Place 5? Motion passed.
If you look on your bill, we're probably paying that franchise fee. If you look at the AAP bill, not the AAP, but the electricity bill, there's a line item that says franchise, and then so we're actually paying for
15-year contract?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Down from 25, I believe.
Item D, discuss, consider, and take action to amend the Republic Solid Waste contract to reduce frequency of brush pickup from monthly to quarterly. Annual amount of brush remains unchanged. This change would reduce the monthly charge by around 4% from $13.11, which would be a savings, Mr. Bain, of $15,000 per year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, of course, even if we approve it, it still has to be, the final terms have to be they're subject to approval by the corporate office. But I think that by going to quarterly, the size of what they pick up per household is doubled. Because I think that's one of the things that the community members have complained about. It's like, man, I had a whole lot of stuff out here and they only took part of it. So now I'm supposed to remove that and not have it on the street corner. So it'll be a little bit bigger, but it'll be quarterly. It'll save us. I think it'll save us 2 ways. It'll save us on one, financially, but also these vehicles that they're driving on our streets are so heavy, and our streets are just not built to be taking this type of load day in and day out. I mean, the trash trucks come through here, and then once a month, their big bulk trucks come through here. And so this would also kind of help, kind of hopefully protect our streets a little bit better, where we don't have so many potholes that we're having to address or road damage because of the trucks coming through on a monthly basis. So, do we have a motion? Hold on just a second.
I make a motion to approve the contract.
So we have a motion by Councilman Falcon to approve the
Republic Solid Waste contract.
reduce
Option 1 to reduce.
the monthly charge or the monthly
Monthly brush to quarterly brush.
to quarterly brush. Is that the motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, so what's the cost? I mean, if we keep it the way it is, how much is it gonna be?
So let's go ahead and let's get through this. There's a motion by Councilman Falcon to to reduce the frequency of brush pickup from monthly to quarterly. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Huerta. Okay, here we go. Discussion.
If you
So-
say 15,000.
No, but I'm talking about, yeah, that's a big number. I mean, but per household, how much is it gonna be?
Per household.
Increase.
No,
No, decrease.
It won't be any
No, no,
increase, no.
if we keep it the way it is, how much would it cost to keep it the way it is?
It's $20.58 per month.
4% of that's 80 cents.
So y'all willing to let the city get dirty for few dollars?
Well, I mean.
They're gonna collect more, excuse me, they're gonna collect more, right, Mayor? They're gonna collect more.
Yeah, you're gonna put more.
More.
and then it's
That's
still
right.
gonna be
You're missing
staggered.
the
Right.
point. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. People gonna be throwing this stuff out all the time, and you all gonna come on once every 4 months?
Once every 3
3
months.
months.
You're gonna send out a map and say, instead of every month,
Falls under code.
color coded, they're gonna be every 3 months.
Right, and
You're
we'll
able to
still,
promote
we'll still
stuff.
have a dump, the open, site if you have stuff that you wanna get rid of, during the months that it's not. Go ahead.
What about like if we have, like we did last time, where we had a northern come in and knock down all these trees and stuff like that? And that's gonna take longer to get it picked up, isn't it?
They have emergency system. They do have emergency system
It's
for
not
that.
routine.
They have,
Even
that,
even the city, like the mayor will authorize.
Yeah.
And call TCQ and order a dump site specifically for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it will help with that.
Yeah, the emergency situations like that are handled a little differently, so that's not an issue, so, but this is,
The ma-
Trash out a week before it comes out and don't, the notice y'all gonna give or?
right, the regular trash will be picked up as always, on Fridays, like it is right now. That's not gonna change. What we're changing, what we're looking at changing is the brush and bulk pickup from monthly
I
to,
don't want the bulk trash out there for 3 months in advance. You set it out a week
Right.
or two before.
right,
Yeah, you still
When
be.
we get a map,
yes.
so when does this become effective?
Well, I mean, it still has to be approved from, I mean, even if once we approve it here, we still have to take it back to Republic, and Republic has to approve it through their corporate office. And then once they approve it, then we'll send out notices to everyone probably through the water bill or something, letting you know that it was approved and when the change is gonna take place.
We usually get that big map in January anyway, so
Yeah.
it's already around.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that by
It makes
January.
sense because during the hot summer days, those trucks are heavy and the streets are melting. So, that's how you create these puddles.
Yeah, well, not only that, I mean, it also, you have a lot of, the water lines are running under the street, and we had a big water line break on Saturday that I was out till midnight, helping, well, I wasn't helping, I was just out there. But hey, I was there to make executive decisions, okay? You did good. Hey, people are crazy. They're still driving around in the water, like, gosh. But with the camera out through the window. Any other discussion? Any other questions? Okay, so we're gonna vote on the motion to reduce frequency of brush pickup from monthly to quarterly. Place 1, place 3, place 4, place 5. Motion passed. So the next one is a renewal of our insurance policies. Item E, discuss, consider, and take action regarding renewal of insurance policies. Do I have a motion?
renew of insurance policy. Yeah,
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, second by, a motion by Councilman Falcon, second by Councilman Candela. These are the renewals that are coming up pretty quickly. TML, and I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Bain, because he's been kind of handling this. But I do want to say on the windstorm, last year's with the AM, is it up there, windstorm?
Right now, the first one is up there is TML.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go through TML then.
Okay. Last year, your TML policies, and the TML policies are your liabilities, your automobiles and things of that nature, your workers' comp. Those came up to $60,172. This year, the renewal is $3,100 more. There are some things with regards to the law enforcement liabilities because of the change in the force size that we still haven't worked through with them, but they've agreed that because of the change in that issue that can be worked as part of the final renewal process. But all in all, based upon the information that's provided, it seems that the increase of 3,000 is a reasonable amount based upon the prior years.
And the next one is item B, is the windstorm.
We might take them one at a time if we could.
Yes, the AMRISE, that was our previous policy holder. Last year's policy was about $136,000. They've come to us with a renewal of $136,000. We're going to talk about that one a little bit.
Yes, last year you actually only had one option for your windstorm. This year, because TWIA is, because you only had one last year, TWIA is available. And we received quotes this afternoon for TWIA. Those quotes are basically comparable except for the deductible amounts. The incumbent policy last year had a 5% deductible level. TWIA has come and offered a 1% and a 2% deductible. And so based upon that, I think you would be well served to migrate towards TWIA. Their insured level, their schedule of insured properties was still being modified and tweaked today and is still subject to final approval by underwriting. With the changes that made, the TWIA quote, which we had originally thought would be in the range of 110, is actually in the range of 133.
133?
Yes, sir. If you give me a moment, I can find a summary email from the insurance broker. Pardon me? That's for the incumbent.
But the deductibles here are 1% and 2%?
Yes, sir.
Versus 5%?
Yes, sir. That's the major difference.
Okay,
So,
TWIA gets a 5% deductible. Would it be cheaper?
yes, sir, by $9,000. It's displayed on the screen. It's an email I received at 3 minutes to 6 o'clock tonight.
How many claims do we have a year?
It's going to be a Harvey situation.
Hurricane season's over, right?
It's going to be a Harvey season.
Hurricane season's over.
This is next August and next September.
So if it goes up to a 5%, we're looking at 122,000?
Yes, sir. Mhm. Yes, might make that point. And that 5% is per location.
Per building.
Oh, per building.
Oh,
Light came on.
But it's the same with the
For both.
previous AMRISE, right? It's 5% per building anyway.
yes, it is.
So, I mean,
Although the AmRisk has got a 250 max.
and what's the TWIA?
5% per location.
Okay. So any discussion?
So what are we voting on? A or B?
Well,
I think we should vote on A and then.
Yeah.
On B, we should decide to go with
Yeah,
AMRISC or TWIA.
that's right.
Yeah.
thank you.
So you already made motion, I guess.
The motion for item A was to go ahead and renew
Yeah.
to TML, and second by Ms. Councilman Candela. So we're going to go ahead and vote if there's no more discussion on item A. Place 1,
Yes.
place 3, place 4,
Yes.
place 5. So we will move to renew the TML policy.
Then I'll make a motion.
Mayor,
that
you'll
renewal
have
of the
papers
sheriff's
to
policy.
sign tonight.
Then I'll make a motion for that big winter windstorm for.
The TWIA
Correct,
with the 5%.
for 5%, yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, so there's a motion by Councilman Falcon to approve the TWIA with a 5% deductible. It was second by Councilman Huerta. Any discussion? We're gonna go ahead and vote. Place 1,
Yes.
place 3,
Yes.
place 4,
Yes.
place 5. So we will go with the TWIA with the 5% deductible.
I'm sorry. If the difference between the 5% and the 2% is $9,000, but the deductible is per location, it only takes one location to make the difference between the 5% and the 2%.
We're banking on. It's
So,
insurance.
but
It's insurance.
Amrise is still 5% per
With a max
Location.
of 250.
with a max of 250.
I just received the schedules and I can do the calculations on the schedules to figure out where the break even might be. But if the difference of $9,000 of premium translates into deductibles at 2 or 3 locations, you take your $9,000.
It's a chance you gotta take, right?
It's
I mean, it's
insurance.
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 Somebody hits you, uninsured, you're,
I
right?
I just,
You should.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I didn't bring my dice with me, but I
The
could.
only thing that we used insurance was like the gazebo,
Yeah.
the restroom. It was just shingles.
So I think we were at place 4,
Yes.
place 5. Yes, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, the motion's passed to go ahead and go with the TWIA with a 5% deductible.
Thank you for clarifying.
All right. So pursuant to section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code regarding personal matters, we're going to go into executive session to discuss agreement with the current attorney, Epimino. I can't even say, I just used to calling you Epi Isasi. So we will be back, folks.
Right.
Hey, Epi, if you want to come back there with us, so we